Hi friends. Okay, I just felt called to do this real quick today. So, we'll see what we get. I have never recorded one where it's just, just a general message, and hopefully it'll connect with people. And so, okay. So I just wrote this out. That's what I'm going to set the intention of my focus on while I'm pulling them. And hopefully we'll get the right messages. I'm just going to light this candle real quick. That we are going to receive the right messages. Okay. I do feel like I want to start with this first, and I'm going to have a focus on like a love focus for people that are curious about their love life, whether you're in a relationship or not. But obviously, if just life stuff, whatever comes out, I'm just going to read it. So I don't know if maybe it'll be more heavy on that, and maybe it'll be more heavy on other things. I don't know. And then I guess I feel weird saying it, but I guess if you like the video, that would be amazing. And then if you subscribe, that would be even more amazing. Because I'm just feel like I have messages that I would like to get out to the people that are wanting them. And so I guess if you hit like, then maybe other people would see it. So thank you so much if you do that. That would be amazing. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull as many of these out of each deck as I see fit. I did just fill that. I think I'm just gonna pull them all like I did on the last one, which is what I kind of seem to do. What feels right to me. And then I will just flip them over and read as I go along. See, I just took these out, but I really feel like this is the right card. And so sometimes I don't know. Just pull them out of the deck and I'm like, that card. And I don't even shuffle. And I don't know why, but I just feel it. And I also feel like I did just see 555 was this one, but I do feel like that is what I needed to pull, but I'll just grab one more just after I shuffle for purposes of seeing. Then I just felt that one. So I really just like, I don't know, I think the flow of it just goes better through me if I don't sit there and shuffle and like think about it. And so if I just literally just grab the cards and not even shuffle and just grab the one like that, then it seems to work better because I'm not sitting there thinking about it. It's just like an instantaneous, because that for me with tarot is the key to not doing any like human mind thinking of it, just letting it flow through me. And then actually I do feel like I want to grab another one of these actually. So, and see, right now I'm not feeling anything super strong, but maybe that one. Okay, so there's those. Just gonna set these so that I'm able to get my oracle books easy out to read the message of that they give. And then actually, gosh, I feel like maybe two of these. Now that I am thinking about it. Oh, I almost lost that one. See, I don't know if it's, no, it is this one. So I'm gonna do two of those. Okay. Then these are just I just got these. These are, I mean, I had ordered them, and I didn't even realize they're just the Major Arcana cards, but also, you know what, and I'm gonna do it in this way, which is kind of weird, but I'm gonna go, this is past, and then, I don't know, let's see, this is, I feel like this, okay, that's present, and this is future. So that's what I'm gonna do with these ones. So I'll try to remember that when I get to them. I mean, I'm sure I will. Hopefully I don't have that bad of a memory. Never know. It's not great. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a great memory. Okay, so that, do those. And then, what am I doing here? And then I'm gonna do these up there. I'm gonna try to make this video faster because like the last one I did, which was a reading for someone, but it was pretty lengthy. But that's just what needed to, that's what was supposed to be. I'll do this one and this one. It's having a hard time coming up, but okay. So those are for that. And then this I will do. I'm thinking 3, but we'll see. And I just got these, so that's fun. Felt that. These are pretty. Star Spinner Tarot. I don't know. I mean, I just got it in the mail. I hardly remember even buying it, but when I saw it, I must have felt a connection to it because I ordered it. I think it just took a long time to get here, and then I had forgotten I even ordered it, but it obviously had a purpose. Okay, and then actually 4. Let's do 4 of those. Okay, so that is going to be the reading. And we will start with the fairy card, and it says trespassers, and so it says 56, so if that means, oh, here we go again with this. So if that means anything to anyone, when you, like the numbers on these or the images, on my last video, it's funny, I, was saying to my friend, like, if you see anything on the cards that mean anything to you, and she said that she was like, she had just watched the first half and she was like, oh my goodness. And then she's like, so the elephant I pulled, she has an elephant tattoo on her leg that looked a lot like that. And then she has a lotus, which was on one of the cards, on a tattoo on her, like diaphragm or whatever area. And so I was like, and so she was like, so those did mean that. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. So that's so cool. Okay, so so trespassers. Oh, and the last time I didn't hold the card up to where people could see it, which is, I feel annoying. I feel like you can't even really see. I mean, I'm learning. This is all like brand new. Like I can't, everything is brand new because I just discovered this after like I had an awakening, and I don't know. So this is all brand new for me. I mean, I'm still learning the tarot cards, to be totally honest, without having a look in the book. So it's literally all happened in like the last month and a half. I mean, after a spiritual journey of like probably 4 or 5 years, but okay. So this is trespassers, and it says boundaries. Okay, so I did do this with the intention when I'm pulling and before I started of it being kind of love focused, because someone was like, you should do that. And so this, to me, boundaries, I think it's saying like maybe you need to, whoever's connecting with this or whoever does connect with this, that boundaries in relationships, and it could be romantic or friendships or, family, that maybe there needs to be a focus on boundaries. So I'll read it. Fairies have boundaries too. They are usually in the form of magical spells placed around sacred places in order to keep out those who might tamper with their sacred objects. So is someone, tampering with your peace, your calm, your feeling of balance? So they also have an invisible magic boundary around their realm. It's not easy to break through this boundary, but it can be done when one knows the secret words. Oh, so that's saying like, maybe are you letting people in that are trying to, are you keeping a wall up for people that maybe that their place is to break through and have a connection with you? Because we do that as humans for sure. Put up walls like, no, I'm not ready to have, and sometimes it's healthy to have it that way and sometimes it's not. So are you having trouble respecting the boundaries of others? Is someone not respecting your boundaries? The third question is, what kind of boundaries or limits am I placing upon myself? These are questions to ask yourself. Well, that's really broad. That covers every option this card could do with boundaries, I guess, huh? So these are questions to ask yourself in order to discover which area of your life you'll need to work on. You cannot expect others to respect your boundaries if you are not clear with them yourself. Yeah, so it's, to me, that's kind of what's sticking out the most to me, is that maybe you need to do some time of thinking and reflecting on, do you have a clear set of boundaries? Do you know what boundaries you should be having? And just getting clear on that yourself, because you really can't expect anyone else to honor what your boundaries are if you aren't setting the intention of what they are. If you don't know yourself for sure and you haven't thought about it a lot, then other people they're not going to see that you have them, and they're not going to want to honor them if you don't feel if you seem not confident in what they even are. Okay, so you must state clearly and honestly to others about where you draw your lines. Well, that's what that's saying. Be kind but clear about your expectations. In turn, be respectful of others' boundaries also. Their business is their own. Be careful not to gossip or spread rumors. Watch that you do not loudly gab on your cell phone in public places, infringing upon the space of others. Boundaries can be trespassed in many ways, and it is up to you to think before doing. This card also invites you to consider the boundaries that we place upon ourselves. That's another big thing I think here. We often set these limitations on ourselves due to lack of confidence, self-respect, or even lack of knowledge. Release any unwarranted restrictions that you have assumed. Release limiting habits and thought patterns. The dragon at your gate can either protect you or hinder you. What will you ask it to do? Okay. And then the chant is, I come to the fairy bridge and say the magic words. All false boundaries drop from me. I come with a clear mind and free spirit. I am open to possibilities. I am respected and I respect others. Harmony resides in my soul, so be it. Okay, so yeah, I guess, so what I'm feeling is that, so you might look at the card and be like, someone's trying to trespass over your boundaries, but I'm feeling like it's more that there's an issue in you taking the time to sit there and really reflect on what even your boundaries are. That you haven't maybe taken the time out to go, to say to yourself, to acknowledge what you feel deeply are your boundaries. Like it's just not even a thought you've been thinking of, but that's what this card is saying. Like that is something that needs to be reflected upon, so that what is meant for you will come so much quicker and easier because those boundaries are in place. There's set guidelines. It's more like there's set guidelines. So that's what I'm getting with that. Okay. I'm gonna read these two. Celebration, sacred ceremony, and then the numbers on these are 4 and 7. Creativity. I've been focusing a lot on creativity lately. What is my creative purpose? You know, what brings me joy? And, you know, there's a guy, Bashar, on YouTube that's always talking about follow your highest joy, your excitement. That's when things start to come into balance, and that's when you find celebration. And the sacred ceremony of celebration is by moving and flowing into your creativity and your joy and your highest excitement. Because once you do that, once you start flowing into your highest excitement and your highest joy, that's when prosperity and abundance and love and your right aligned path, or not your right, I hate when I say that, your most abundant divine path is accessed through every decision you make following your highest joy, your highest excitement of creativity. And once you start flowing on that path, then everything just falls into place. And, you know, it just becomes the blockages start to go away. The walls, you know, the things, the stutter steps stop happening because you're in this flow of following your aligned path that you came here with the intention of fulfilling in your life. So when you're on that right path and you start heading in that direction, of course, the universe makes it more of a flowing, easily sought after, you know, easily followed. Things start falling away and it just starts into a flow, into a snowball, into a flow. Okay, that's what those mean to me. I can read a little of those, but that's 4 and 7. And I don't know, those don't look like it, but to me it's like, I feel like saying like, it's like explosives right there, and she's got the fire and she's gonna light the explosives that propel her on her path. I mean, I know that those are stones and gems and crystals, but to me, I don't know, I just saw that. That came to me. And then celebration is then, the celebration also comes from then, once you do that, talking to everyone else about it. And so that they can, and the more, you know, the more you're talking about it, just is a snowball effect for everyone to be walking in their right aligned path. And that's where the real celebration is, not from this one person experiencing it, but from sharing it with these people, and then they start to go on that path as well. Because I mean, I wouldn't be where I am spiritually if it wasn't for all these little things I've watched and read and that spoke to my soul. And then that's where the real celebration is, not in one person experiencing it, but in one person hearing it from, or seeing things and getting more on the right path, and then they do their part then of paying it forward by talking about it with these people, and then these people hear this person and a bunch of other things, and they start going down that path for the whole success of everyone, for the unity. Okay, so I'm not going to read what those say because I just really felt those. And I was going to go to these, but now I'm feeling we should do the numbers. And I know that I pulled the 555, but I don't know what it means, the 5555. I just saw it and I felt that that was the right number. Ooh, and then we've got 1001. Ooh, abundance, manifestation. So I think this is to bring it back to the love situation. It's like if you start following your best path and your creative flow and you're focused on that and you're focused on aligning more within yourself, then those right love situations are gonna come into balance more too. That they're maybe out of balance right now. And that's kind of what I'm feeling, is that so I guess if this resonates with someone that is feeling like their love their love interest or their situation is out of balance, whether it's just hasn't started yet or whether you're already in it and you've been in it for a while, that maybe this reading is for people that are feeling like it's out of balance right now. And that through through focusing on how to be in a more flowing state, manifesting state, that is how the love life also comes into balance. Okay, and so this is 5555, and it says love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, self-love. Several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. So this might be love interests or friendships. This is a chance to reevaluate your identity. You need a mental shift toward greater optimism, self-assurance, and trust. Put your faith in your gut and inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. Exactly. So getting into the flow of your soul and your right path. I just said it again. You're right. But your optimum path. I think that's a better word. I'm going to try to remember to say that. Your optimum path for joy, joy for yourself. And that I feel like you already are. It says you need a mental shift, and I feel like you already are starting that shift. Who this message is for. They're already starting that shift. They're walking down that road where it's flowing in them, and they recognize it and they're accepting of it. But obviously that process is not an easy one. Even if you've accepted it and you're trying to walk in the flow of that, it's still not. I mean, that it's probably the hardest at that time, because emotionally and mentally, because your human mind ego is, for some reason, it tries to fight that flow of it tries to fight it by doing the overthinking and all the business, that instead of just feeling that flow coming from within. Okay, so that's that. I'm like a huge shocker, so I could really I'm also trying to watch that with the time, because I could just go on and on and on about something, and then I'm not getting to everything else. Okay, so manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision. It says Viston. It's interesting. I guess it's a typo. And prosperity. Focus. So, or maybe that T is supposed to be talked about. Maybe there's a T situation. I don't know why that would be like that and why I would focus on it. And it says focus here, so I don't know. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. Yeah, that's what it's saying. It's like focus on the other things, which I know is like not a message people like to hear when it has to do with like love, when they're, their love life or how things are going there. But like, it's always beneficial to that if you focus on your highest excitement, not to do with that, because then things can flow more easily in that situation. If you're focused on other areas where that are joyful and exciting to you, and because then you're in that positive mind frame and you're not dwelling in a negative headspace of overthinking about this love life situation, which makes everything within it better. So it's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. I totally feel it. The people that are watching this, they're brave and courageous and have beautiful souls that are wanting to go on this path. I'm putting this over here because on my last video, you can't see it, but you can see it on my video, but on YouTube it's like blocky fast forwarding. But literally at one point in the middle, I put it back over here and then it like slowly moved over a 10-minute period, and I only saw it when I was fast forwarding to the end. It went like this, like, oh, over a 10-minute period. It was insane. It's insane. And it's still on I need to delete it off my regular phone because that's where I'm recording this and I don't have enough storage. Actually, I don't have enough storage to like do a ton of these videos that I have or for people and keep them on my phone once I upload them to YouTube, because I don't have enough storage for that. But I kept that one on because I'm gonna try to shorten it, you know, just to that part, so that I can just send to people, like the person I did the reading for, so she can see without the blocky fast forwarding on YouTube. So I don't know why I'm going off on this, but into this rant about that. But it was so magical. I was like, and this is like one of my favorite stones. And it's funny that this was it, but there's no reason why it would do that. I don't, you know, well, I mean, there is a reason, because it was my spirit team. It was, you know, it was spirit, and that was moving it, you know, most positive vibe, light, like I feel my spirit guides, like just to be like, yep, we're here with you while you're doing this. So, which I mean, they obviously are, because that's even how I do it. Okay, so that's that. So if those numbers mean anything, so it's compassion, abundance. But this is good for the reading because it's love, affection, self-love, and through self-love comes external love. Okay, now I feel like I'm gonna do these three because I was gonna do past, present, and future, and then maybe these will relate to that too, so then I can talk about those when I go to them. So this is past, sun, and I actually did a 3-card pull of these earlier myself, and I got the sun for past. And I was thinking, well, my past has had a lot of darkness, but you know, I mean, not just like, you know, trials and tribulations usually, but you know what, maybe that's the point of it. That's what it is. It's that if you're thinking about your past and you're only thinking about the negative, dark things that happen and not the beautiful, sun, joyful situations in your past, that can be a bad thing, because you want to be in this positive aura and vibe all the time. But if you're looking at your past and you're wanting to move into that more, but if you're looking at your past and you're only having when you think about your past and it's only all the bad situations, you know, that's going to affect how you move forward for your future. And so, and I just realized that now, and I pulled that as my past earlier when I did it today for myself, and I just now was thinking about it in that way. So that's why this is that's good for me too, because it, you know, it's bringing messages for me too. I mean, I feel like all this is relevant to my life and my love life too. Okay, so, and it says, the sun basking in the river goddess's warmth. The sun radiates joy and vitality, symbolizing clarity and enlightenment amidst the river's nurturing embrace. So yeah, joy and vitality is going to come from the warmth of remembering the sun times of your life, is what that's saying to me. Because you know how, like, sometimes, I don't know, like sometimes there's been like situations like a camping trip or something, or where like everything went wrong, or just any situation or a trip, and it's like, it seems like everything goes wrong and it was like so stressful and terrible all the time. But then when you get older, or when, you know, some years pass and you're like, and you think back to it and with such fondness, like because of those dilemmas that happened in it, it made it so memorable, and like you look back on it with fondness, like, and you know, and then laughing about, oh, remember when that happened, and then it was just raining the whole time, and then there was mud everywhere, and it flooded the site, whatever, you know, and it's a joyful memory, even though in the time of it you're like, I wish I would have never came. This is awful, you know. So that's also, so this is okay. So this is present. Ooh, wow, the Emperor for present. And then future is, oh, the Hermit. Okay. So the Hermit is, the future is that you're going to find a lot of wisdom, or you're going to find a lot of peace, and no, not peace. You're going to find your highest joy by spending more time in the future in introspection and not just action. Because I know for myself, the last couple of years before like this full spiritual awakening I had, I mean, it was almost like I was trying to be in so much action to where I didn't have to think about anything. Because I just was not in a place where I wanted to, and things just felt so chaotic and unbalanced that I was like, action, action, action. I just want to be in action. But that you're not gonna find, like it says, the Hermit finds wisdom and introspection, reflecting the river goddess's tranquil depths and guiding light, seeking solitude by the river's edge. So that, I feel, is because, I mean, that's how you gain wisdom and a feeling of tranquility, and you know, all of that is through introspection and seeking solitude and quiet reflection. And that's how you really find growth and soul growth. You don't find it by action and just things feeling so chaotic that you don't ever want to sit there and just sit down and think about it. So this is like, in the future, you're going to have a more focus on that, which is beautiful. I certainly need that, and I already am in that, and maybe you are too, where you're feeling like you're just, lately you've been wanting to do a lot more introspection and solitude time, where you're just really reflecting on, is my life heading in the right direction? Is my love life heading in the right direction? Where you're come to a place in your life where you're at a place where you're like, now I really need to think on it. No more just action. I just need to really think about it a lot, spend some time reflecting, so that I make the right decisions that bring me the most happiness and joy and excitement in the future. Okay, and so the Emperor is right now, this is present, in the river goddess's realm. That's such like a beautiful outfit for a guy. In the river goddess's realm, the Emperor rules with authority and stability, guiding with wisdom and strength to harness the river's powerful currents. Exactly. So I think the reason you're able to be in this mode of introspection is because you've probably lately, I mean, like I have, been feeling more empowered, and this feeling of inner stability that's guiding you with this strength to be able to be more retrospective and reflective, and, you know, spend this time with where you're being more introspective. Okay, so those are those. Let's do these. Check the time again. Well, I'm gonna just make sure it's recording, basically. Okay. Oh, good. So it's got the other one. It was like down here. You couldn't see it as much. Okay. So simplify life. Life is meant to be simple and easy. Don't let superficial energies distract you from your true essence. That is such a beautiful message and so apt for this reading. I mean, I feel this. And maybe you're starting to realize that it's meant to be simple and easy. Don't let superficial energies distract you from your true essence. Simplicity and purity will lift your spirit. So don't let people trying to come at you with just silliness and not real talk and not real energy, not authentic energy. And you can feel it. I was just talking to someone about this the other day. Like, if you know, I don't know. I've always been like that. When I'm when I'm out somewhere or whatever, and someone starts to have a conversation with me, just like an acquaintance or just someone I've met or whatever, and it's just, it's just frivolous and silly, and I just have no interest in that conversation. And they don't really, I could feel they don't. So, and it's just so inauthentic and silly that it's like, I just want to walk away. There's no point to this conversation, like this small talk conversation, you know, because life is magical, and to spend any time in this frivolous interaction is like a waste of your time. So don't let those superficial energies distract you from your true essence and the depth of you. Simplicity and purity will lift your spirit. Exactly. Because it's simple. It's simple to just be authentic and have authentic interactions that feel rewarding at the end of them. Because the ones that you have that are not authentic, like there's no reward at the end, you just are like, ugh, that was just a waste of time, you know? So that's what that I think is saying. Miracles in the dark. In the darkest moments, it's easy to feel lost and alone. When you stay focused on the light, you'll receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. Yes, I think that is. And like this is about, without light, without dark, there can never be light. So in your darkest moments, it's easy to feel lost and alone and just terrible, because they do feel terrible. But trying to remember while you're in those moments that the beauty on the other side of this is worth everything, and that the only way you can ever even have that light, that beauty. I don't know what's on my fingers. Oh, my marker from when I did my little, which I have the most terrible handwriting. Hopefully you could even read what that said. But anyways, okay. I don't know what I'm talking about that for. Miracles in the dark. In the darkest moments, it's easy to feel lost and alone. Yeah. So it's just, I think saying to remember that when you're feeling that darkest, it's only up from there. And the only reason you're going to feel the most happiness and the lightest, the most light, and see the most light is because of the dark. Because it's the yin and yang of dark and light. You cannot have one without the other. You can never appreciate the light without the dark. So it's actually a blessing. Yeah, for sure. That's what I feel on that. And even in relationships, like, you know, you can't really appreciate the good times or the good relationships, even with it, if it's different people, if you haven't had the dark ones, the dark times with that person, or just the dark relationships. And then when you have one that it just feels so right and what you should be more moving towards, and is just filled with joy and light, you would never appreciate that. You would never see the value in it had you not had the dark. And even if you had not had the gray, like it doesn't even have to be awful, awful, awful. Like you would never be able to appreciate the amazingness of the light, of the best, of something that feels so right, had you not felt something that felt so wrong, or even something that felt kind of not right. Okay. Ooh, this is my favorite one in this one. I pulled this for myself a couple of times when I've done this. I love this. Secret Garden, just a beautiful picture of it. I just love Sacred space, cultivate your space, inner beauty, self-care, self-love. Yeah, that's kind of a message here. And then Labradorite, which Labradorite is a spiritual, connects you to your inner self a lot more, so that's fitting for this. This is Labradorite, and it's a pretty one. Oh, and this is Labradorite, actually. And that's appropriate for this too, because you're connecting with yourself more, which is going to bring everything wonderful out. And it's, yeah, psychic gifts, it says, because Labradorite is, oh, and there's the blue, there's the lotus again. Labradorite and blue lotus flower. Wise sage, awareness, call to action. I am going to read these too, because I feel like I need to. Sacred space, secret garden, cultivate your space, inner beauty, self-care. These cards are just so pretty. Even the backs of them are just gorgeous. I love these cards. I wish I could give everyone that connected to this, like, well, this one is funny because it's not like the others where it's like, this is like, I think this is the one card in the whole deck that's not a stone or a crystal and a flower. It's just a garden. So it's just, you know, it's like the only one in that whole deck that doesn't have the two on it. But I wish I could give everyone that is connecting with this like a little Labradorite and a little petal of that flower. But maybe people, if you have Labradorite, maybe just get it out and wear it, or have it if you have those stones. Okay, I am gonna read these because, and I think Secret Garden is like at the very back, because it is a weird one that's just doesn't, it's not the two, the stone and the, I guess it's like the Arcana cards of this, because there's other ones like Sacred Healing, Truth and Integrity. So it's like the Arcana ones of this are not the flower. And Unconditional Love is, and Teacher is another. Soul Retrieval, Soul Awakening, Self-Expression. Oh no, because no, those do have it. They have, there's Topaz and Spider, Water there. Oh, so maybe this one does too. Let me see. Well, wait a minute. Oh, those are, oh my gosh, that's so funny. I don't know what I'm doing. I picked up the Crystal Medicine Oracle. Oh, because I'm thinking about it with the crystals. I just picked it up like thinking it was that. But it's funny because I just came across the cleansing one. Wait a minute. Where did it say cleansing? Maybe because I need to read the cleansing, even though we didn't get that card. I just felt it. Oh goodness, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's go back to that and then I'll think about what that was supposed to mean and why I was feeling that. Oh, my Earth Alchemy. Where's my Earth Alchemy? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Oh yeah, because then this is in the back of the book, I think, with the Secret Garden. I'm just super confused, I guess. Okay. Labradorite. Okay. Oh, there it is. It's the back one. It's the very last one. And Secret Garden is in the beginning of it, I think. Yeah, Secret Garden's the first, and this is the last. So that's funny. The first and last card. So let's do it that way. The first card, and this is the last card. Okay, so Secret Garden says, this card is an invitation and key offered by the Fae to access deeper healing. The pathway has been opened. There is healing waiting to be seen, a release waiting to happen. You have to take time out to be with it fully. High vibrational currents move through, and your body needs to reach a space where it can shed and release. This is being facilitated for you. All you need to do is take time to sit in your heart and commit to it. The elementals are inviting you to build your own safe space here. You heal with them. It is important to create a space that you hold, that you can visit and speak to your guides in. You are planting seeds of light and creating a very held space to sit in and heal. That's so beautiful. And now it's starting to be summer, so maybe it's just like being out in nature and creating some sacred space out there to just sit and be introspective like it is here, and or like it says there, and really just, you know, like the hermit, but in like a garden setting and a nature setting where you can really just get in touch with yourself. Okay, there are many spaces in the higher octaves of light we can sit in to heal and recharge. Yeah, or even just in your bed at night, meditation or whatever. This secret garden is not outside you, on another plane. It is actually within you. Oh, there it is. If your heart was a garden, what flowers would you grow? What seeds of light would you plant? We are shining a light on your inner beauty at this moment. Yeah, so maybe that's about relationships too. It's like to focus on, like, if your heart was a garden, what flowers would you grow? What seeds of light would you plant? As far as who you would be with, or if you could plant any flowers, and if you could, you know, if you could organize your garden any way you wanted, or if you could, you know, which flower, what would be in it, and are you in something that is not representative of that, or are you moving towards something that's not representative of, if you could choose anything, that was the flowers you would choose, the seeds of light you would choose. Okay, and then the labradorite is the last card, and blue lotus flower. That sounds so pretty. I don't know what that really looks like in real life. I'll have to look it up. Labradorite is an excellent psychic protector stone. Yes. I feel like I should hold it like that. Her energy is like a mystic, wise woman who wants to teach you how to protect and shield your energy whilst keeping your psychic senses open. Her energy wishes to open and enhance the third eye, bringing past life wisdom to the surface and moving with you. I mean, I feel like this is all so related. Yeah, this is for people that are moving into that more, and labradorite is such a great stone for that. And okay. Her energy wishes to open and enhance the third eye, bringing past life wisdom to the surface and moving with you through spirit and guardian planes of existence, between worlds, then transporting you in a safe and grounded way into the present. She has this empowering fire that hovers around the edges of your inner knowing as it rises, lighting the way, and she encourages you with excitement as you reclaim this wisdom as your own. She wishes it to be known that she applies to the wisdom within you and your ancestors, helping you to tap into all that stored data in your cells. She is also speaking to your inner wild woman. This part of you is a fierce mother, medicine woman, or man, dark goddess, warrior woman. She wishes for you to dance around the fire with her, reclaiming those aspects of yourself to lift and empower you forward. You are needed. You are needed for service. However big or small, your words, actions, and thoughts are needed. It is the time for action. This is so perfect. She comes to you as a brave leader and teacher at this time. Protecting is in her nature. You have nothing to fear with labradorite by your side. Wearing or carrying it allows your magical powers to surface. One of her biggest properties is that of protection, but she says there is so much more to her. Through this card, she speaks of reconnection with aspects of yourself, retrieving and empowering. That is so beautiful. And yes, the first, after my awakening, when I first picked up the tarot cards, 5 out of 9 cards I got was the Queen of Wands. And with shuffling in between each time, which is why this is called Queen of Wands Tarot. And Queen of Wands is just, I'm really trying to focus on that energy because I'm trying to bring that out of me and feel, I mean, I can feel it, the empowerment, and you know, not being scared to, for instance, you know, do these videos and put myself out there and be vulnerable, because I am doing it with this sense of empowerment that the Queen of Wands is flowing through me, is I can feel that Queen of Wands empowerment flowing through me. And that was just kind of describing someone that is also like the Queen of Wands. So that's perfect. It would be really perfect if one of these was the Queen of Wands, but whatever's supposed to come out will come out. So okay, and now it's about the blue lotus flower, which is so pretty. This stone actually goes good on here. Okay, blue lotus flower. Medicine comes to pair. Blue lotus's flowers medicine comes to pair with labradorite in the third eye to bring openness, elevation, and awareness to the subtle energies around you. Yes, and I've been doing that a lot, so maybe like that would be good for you too, is to do like, I've been just on YouTube doing a lot of third eye opening and chakra opening awakenings. I mean, opening meditations or awakening meditations of your third eye. And I don't know, even when you're sleeping, like to just have it play, like, and it's soothing, you know. Some of it can just be music or water or what's it called, the bowl sounds, or just water sounds, but with the focus on third eye opening, however they decide to, you know, sound bowl is what I meant to say. Okay. So its energy will travel up from your third eye to your crown to bring expansion to the higher mind and to expand your intuition. Its blue petals wish to reach into your third eye and bring ancient spiritual knowledge to the surface. Where labradorite supports psychic development and opening of gifts, blue lotus flower will energize the higher chakras and lift awareness up into them so you can connect to the divine. It'd be nice if we could just go outside and pick a blue lotus flower, huh? But where I live, it is not. Maybe wherever you live, that is. I wouldn't even begin to know where those are located. Probably like Asian countries where it's like a tropical situation, I would assume. Okay, so yeah, I think that is fitting with everything in this message. Those cards. I feel like I'm doing better on time. I'm just checking that. I just looked up and it was 52:55 with our 55. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this out. I'm gonna leave this here. And yeah. And I guess I just noticed that, like the feeling of luck to go into that. And yeah. Okay. Now let's pull these. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I should have something right there. Something's missing. So after I pull these, I'm going to, I pulled this earlier today when I was pulling cards from this, the same card. That is so funny. I only pulled like one card from this deck earlier today, and that was it. If you ask me to remember what it was, I have no idea, because that's how bad my memory is. Okay, and then you know what? I'm feeling like that I'm gonna grab the first deck that I pull the Queen of Wands from all the time, because I feel like that's what's supposed to go right there at the end. Well, or No, actually, I'm just gonna grab this tarot deck. Because I don't know if I remember where I put that one. It's an older one. Oh, maybe this is it. Let's see. It was just like a really cheap one. Oh, this is it. This is it. So, I will pull from this one. Okay. I don't know why there seems like so many cards in this. But there is. Just feels like so many cards in this one. These are pretty. Just pull a couple from, maybe two from this one. And we will see what we get. Ooh, the Lovers. That's good. The Lovers. And then this is Four of Wands. Okay. So, oh, and there's my Queen of Wands. That's perfect. We'll just put it out for shits and giggles. Okay. So, yes. Because I just got this one today. And I pulled one card when I got it earlier, and that was it, was this one. Oh gosh, I forgot to because YouTube is weird about nakedness. I'm just making sure there's nothing. No, there's nothing. Oh, well, oh yeah, there is. Oh. There. Okay. And this is covered up. So, I don't know how much they regulate that. I don't know, but I guess I better be safe than sorry. Okay, so 8 of Chalices says, you have taken practical steps to change your life. Though your circumstances are challenging, you are prepared to meet any incoming obstacles. You are determined to take yourself away from a bad situation and toward the life you want for yourself. The dewy sheen of your dreams is lost in the face of reality. Oh, this is the reverse. Well, I'm just going to read it in case anyone resonates with it. The dewy sheen of your dreams is lost in the face of reality. You find yourself making a difficult personal choice and leveraging practical sacrifices over your ideals. Your dreams look different up close. Yes. Okay, so that's about, the reverse is about, are you stuck making a difficult choice where it's practical or over your ideals? Because I guess my advice would be to go with your ideals. And because the practical is just society's norms of what you should do, and that's never usually the best route to go. And that you should follow more your intuition and your inner ideals. Okay, so and then the upright says you have taken practical steps to change your life. So for those of you that you're just feeling more empowered right now and prepared to meet any obstacles you're facing and feeling more determined and walking more towards your path, and you can just feel that stirring in you to maybe go from you're determined to take yourself away from a bad situation and toward the life you want for yourself, and that's of your optimum aligned path. I didn't say it right that time. Okay, so then 6 of Six of what? The Lovers. Okay, so it's Wands, Chalices, Swords, and Lovers? No. Oh, no, that's the Lovers. And I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. The Lovers, and it's a 6 card. I guess the Lovers is a 6 card. Well, that's funny, because 6 is my life path. Okay. And I'm a lover. Okay. The Lovers is, oh, that's so funny. So we've got Lovers and Lovers. Lovers and Lovers. Put them next to each other. So this says the Lovers reflects the challenges of choosing a partner, falling in love in a relationship, and a promising future. That's kind of a negative way to say it, that first part, but okay. Like I said, this is like a super cheap deck, and this is just the first one I had when I just picked up the cards and was like, I wonder, because I was trying to get just downloads of knowing in my mind, and so I'm like, I wonder what happened if I picked up my dowsing rods or picked up the tarot or whatever, and then I got 5 out of 9 cards were Queen of Wands with shuffling in between. So it was like a message that was clearly being sent to me. Okay, so mutual communication and understanding, seeking common ground while reserving differences. So yeah, Lovers is coming together with someone, but someone that's right. Not right, I said it again. Someone that is your more optimum path. And then this, I feel like, is gonna have a much better thing to say. No diss on this deck, but it doesn't even have a brand, so I'm not really dissing anyone. Okay. I'm gonna hold it up. Before the first shuffle, remember to add only the Lover's card or cards that call to you the most to your deck. Well, that's cheating, isn't it? If you only put the cards in the deck that you want to get. I don't know about that. It's just like a little tip they're giving you, which seems weird. The Lovers represent mutual desire. They herald healthy try to say that 5 times. That's a weird sentence. They herald healthy partnerships, unions born of consent and enthusiasm. There is attraction and passionate exploration fueled by mutual curiosity, signified by the apples. The apples. Oh, the apples on the tree. The presence of the so if apples mean something to you, the presence of the apples in this deck serves as a symbol of curiosity fulfilled and of maturity. Oh, curiosity fulfilled and of maturity. The relationship feels like paradise, and all parties seem to be getting what they want and need. A healthy balance is struck between desire and promise, wishing and fulfillment. Which, honestly, sometimes when a relationship feels like paradise and both parties are feeling fulfilled, that can be a tenuous time for a relationship or the start of a relationship, because you're like, oh no. Especially if you've had relationships in the past that, because everyone has suffered through bad relationships. You usually don't live, well, if you're really young, but so I don't know. So then just from the trauma of that, which I feel like everyone has a little bit of things not working out, then when you meet someone and it's feels so right and so good and just healthy and exciting and joyful, you're like, oh no, wait, and you just want to run. You're just like, no. This is too much, and I don't believe this, and I don't believe in this, and this person must be shady. So maybe this is being brought out to just say, well, twice too, to be like, maybe try to be more cognizant of if you're running away from something that is of your optimum path and that feels really good. out of fear. And if you're doing anything based out of fear, it's usually not going to be the best thing for your soul. Like decisions made based in fear are usually not the most optimum decision to have made. So I think that's what those are saying, and it's confirmed, I think, by getting those 2 cards. And then we have the 7 and the 8 of chalices. Okay. So the 7 of chalices is the 7 of chalices represents wishful thinking. You fortify yourself with fanciful daydreams. Though this is a beautiful place to be, your choices may not be grounded in reality. You fail to see the practical limits of your dreams, making you prone to irresponsible decisions. Okay, so yeah, I think that was that's kind of what I was talking about, maybe with the sun, like more action where you're not, and you're just kind of in a daydream place, and you're not thinking about things super seriously. I mean, it says wishful thinking, but just fanciful daydreams kind of place where, because if you sit there and do a lot of introspection, like, you know, this is talking about, and this, if you sit there and really do a lot of introspection, then you're not in that place of fanciful daydreams where if you sit there in introspection, you're going to be more grounded in reality. And so I feel like maybe that's like in the past you've been doing that, and now you're ready to sit in more of a grounded in reality place. And, you know, make more there's another hair. Make your decisions more out of wisdom and the depths of reflection place instead of like a fanciful daydream place. So I think that's what that's saying. And then we have, is that the P must mean page? I would imagine. P. And so P might mean something to you. So that's a 7, and then this is, the 6 card, we talked about that. 6, and 6, since it's my life path, I know that it's appropriate for the Lover's card, because 6 is about like nurturing and compassion and love. It's the nurturer card. Okay, and then this is what? 11 or no? I'm really bad with these things. I don't think that's, if it was 11, it would be XI. So I don't know what actually those are. This is, I don't know. People would have to, I'm sure there's people that know. Or you could look it up if you don't know, like me. Okay, so I only know like if it's V and then something, or X and then something, like this is too complicated for me. Okay. I don't know why I'm having a hard time finding it. Yes, okay. The Page of Swords is a clever and restless individual with clear eyes and naive resolve. The page dreams of searching naive resolve. Well, that's clear eyes and naive resolve. Isn't that like a double negative or whatever? Like, if you're resolved and clear, how are you naive? But the page dreams of searching for knowledge and truth with an intellectually dexterous mind and the ability to hold a tremendous amount of trivia. You might be eager to seek information, but you have not yet developed rigor in your process. Despite your greenness, okay, so that's despite your naivete, You are a quick study. Okay. So I guess this is just like talking about that you are maybe a person that you are a curious person, and that's what's going to benefit you with all of this, is that you are clever and curious and restless and, you know, always searching for knowledge and truth about things. And then that it's saying that's what's going to be of benefit to you. That you're a quick study, that you're curious, and that you're going to go towards, you know, everything that's happening with vigor and excitement just because of the curiosity you feel. Okay, so that is your reading, everyone, or anyone that watches this, anyone that finds this. Hopefully more people will see it, but I'll just keep making them just because it's healthy for myself, because I get a lot of like therapy, because a lot of this is for me too. And I'm just feel so gracious, so much gratitude to even be able to like pull cards that anyone I've pulled cards for, that when they're like, oh, that really I felt resonated with that. That's just crazy and amazing to me, and I just feel so much gratitude that I am capable of giving anyone any clarity on anything. Okay, thank you, and